I just look at one day at a time, and I know that's kind of a little bit of a cliche, but I do. I've stayed in the moment. I haven't thought about what's ahead of me, because I'll tell you what, when I first got the job and I looked at the schedule, I almost erased my name on when I signed the contract. It's a tough schedule, but then I had to look back, and we just took one game at a time. You know, we could look ahead at Kentucky and worry about the Kentucky last game of the season. But we're concerned about right now, right in the moment. We want to be focused in practice, and then we want to focus on our next big focus is Vanderbilt. And then we'll move on to Auburn. So we've kind of just kept that philosophy as one thing at a time. I don't read a lot of papers, and Jimmy, I'm sorry, I don't listen to a lot of talk radio, but I think you're good when you talk about nice things about the Lady Vols. But I just try not to get caught up in that, because I know everybody has a lot of opinion, as our whole staff does, on what we should and shouldn't do. But I just want to make sure I stay in the moment and are there for our young women and give them the opportunity to succeed. So we are now 10-1 in the SEC. We're totally banged up. We had a couple of bumps along the way. East Tennessee State and the Missouri. I'll tell you what, Missouri was the longest plane ride I've ever taken home. I wasn't very happy, and so I sat in the front, and everybody sat about 10 rows behind me. Didn't want to be around me. But we learned from the UTC game. We learned from the Missouri game. We don't have the team that can just show up and just throw the ball out and play. Our biggest thing is we have to have intensity. We have to approach each game with an intensity and a work ethic. And we're talented, but we just can't waltz on the floor anymore and think we're just going to beat everybody. I told Dean Lockwood when we beat Missouri at home by 40-something points, right before I shook the coach's hand, I said, I'm already worried about going up there and playing, because they shoot the 3-ball very well. So our biggest thing is you play hard. I can't tell you how many times I write on the board, we've got to have high energy, positive energy. So that is what we've been trying to accomplish, and I think for the most part these young ladies have done just that. They've bought in. They've been fun to be around, and I think we've got some good things ahead of us. I really, really do. We signed a great recruiting class. The #1 player in the country, Mercedes Russell, 6'6", from Oregon. Jana Tucker from Baltimore, and I'm totally blank on. This is the second time I've done this. Jordan Reynolds, thank you. Point guard out of Oregon as well. So we spend a lot of time on the West Coast. So the future is really great for us. It really is. But you know what? It's great right now. It is great right now, because you have some young ladies that are representing you to the best of their ability. And I'll tell you what, if we're going down swinging, I'll tell you that. And we're not going to go down a lot, because if as coaches, we're going to pick them back up and push them back in the fight. So